Hello, y'all. So let's talk about functions. So today we're going to really talk about what a function is, and then we're going to talk about what is a variable. So let's get to it. So what is a function? Here's a definition for you. A function is a rule that assigns each input number to exactly one output number. Okay. And when all the sets of input numbers fall underneath a certain rule, then this set will be called the domain of the function. Okay. All right. And the sets of all output numbers are going to produce the range. Okay. That's what we call the range, the set of all output numbers. Alrighty, so let's give an example here. So let's say I have a set of input numbers. Let's just say 1, 2, and 3. These are my input numbers. So these are going to be my domain. I have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and let's say they're going to be represented by x. So if I have x plus 4, well, from my domain, if I have 1 plus 4, then that would be 5. If I have 2 plus 4, then that would be, my output here would be 6. If I have 3 plus 4, then here my output would be 7. So, let's see here. If I put my output as y for x plus 4 equals y, then my output, my range would be 5, 6, and 7. So I start with an input, and then I end with a group of outputs here. Now let's talk about what a variable is. So a variable that represents the input numbers of the function is called the independent variable. It can stand alone, okay? But the variable that represents the output number, this is our dependent variable. It's dependent because it depends on our input variable. So for instance, like before I had x and y. Let's just say y equals 2 plus x, okay? So I'm going to have an input. My independent variable here is x. My input is going to be x here. So if I have x equals 2, 4, and 6, or 6, this is my domain here. X can be either of these numbers. These are my input numbers, okay? So for every X that I put in, I'm going to get a output. So we don't know what Y would be yet, but we know our independent variables, 2, 4, and 6. So if I input 2, 2 plus 2, well, that gives us 4, okay? If I have 2 plus 4, well, that gives me 6. And if I have 2 plus 6, that gives me 8. Okay? But variables are letters, and that's really the gist here. The variables are x and y. My input, my independent, my goodness, that I'm inputting. My independent variable here is x, and my dependent variable is y. All right, I kind of intertwine what a function is and then what variables are. But you see here how the variables work together to form our functions.